well, dropped out with a baiting spoon. 2 minutes, 3 minutes at a push, and we are playing our fish. Oh mate, I'm in. Double take. No. In. Get in. I'm literally speechless. You're never gonna believe it. I've just shipped this rod back out and playing another one. Well, good morning then. So you join myself, Martin, and Joe behind the camera for a bit of an in-session piece today. Now, we are in 𝘃𝗍, at a lake that I've never seen or visited before. We've arrived on first light, we've had a little look around, not really much to go on, but you're going to join me throughout the day on how I use my deeper Chirp2, my accessories that I use for different styles of fishing, to hopefully try and put one of these stunning fish that are inside this lake on the mat. So yeah, without further ado, barrow's loaded, let's go and grab it and see what we can make happen through the day. Right, so as I mentioned at the start of the video, we've done a couple of laps already, but there is very little to go on. So like any session, got to start somewhere. I've got free rein of the lake, and as you could probably tell from some of the B-roll material, that yeah, it's a very busy public park lake. Now this takes me right back to something like my early days fishing. You've got the busyness of the dogs in the lake, you know, tons of birds, runners, joggers, you name it, everybody's here. So I've decided to just in my head mentally break the lake up into sort of 4 quarters. I'm going to keep myself mobile. You would have seen that I'm traveling light on the barrow. So yeah, I guess there's no better time. Get a couple of rods out, see what's going on out there underneath the surface, and yeah, see what the day has in store. Because the island's relatively close, it's probably not worthy of a cast, and I know that it's actually quite shallow out in front, anything between sort of 3.5 and 4 foot. If there are any fish here, I don't want to go crashing a solid bag through that shallow water. So I've opted to use the Bushwhacker. You would have seen it plenty of times on my own videos, and yeah, I just love using it where I can really. Just deposits the perfect little parcel of bait exactly where you need it. So I've got my I've got the deeper Chirp2 attached to the baiting pole, and essentially the bait in the spoon as well. So I am going to be killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I've got the bait in there, the deeper telling me exactly what's underneath. I've just come across a really nice firm area in comparison to what is, you know, what I've seen shipping the pole out to. It's in 3.7 foot of water, 3.8. Just going to tip the pole over and let that drop out. Now I can see on the scan that that's dropped out the spoon, and I can see the actual bag making its way to the lake bed in that shallow water. And the way that I've made my bag is just sort of flat profile so that it doesn't go into any silt, go diving into any silt. It should just lay nice and flush on top. So I just added a little handful of pellet on there just to give it a little bit more of a traction. But that's the bag in there. Just press repeat on the other rod and we're fishing. Right, well, both rods are now out. As you would have seen, spooned them both out. It's just under 4 foot out there. Siltier from the sort of edge where I am now, but getting cleaner as you make its way sort of towards the island. So I've kind of dropped the rods on the cleanest sort of run that I could find really, where I was getting a bit of a return from my Chirp+2, so a brighter bottom, which indicates a more firmer lake bed. So that's exactly what I've done. I've just spread them out, just kind of gone out in a V, dropped one under or close to more of an overhanging tree. The other one is just kind of off the face of the island. So we'll give it a couple of hours. The sun's meant to make an appearance as the day goes on. So I think it's going to be a case of maybe following the sun, the warmest parts of the lake, and just seeing if the fish follow suit as well. So fingers crossed that we can stick one on the mat throughout the day. Right, well, very quickly then, I just want to talk to you about a feature that you can access without even owning a deeper sonar. Now, that is the Fish Deeper Premium subscription. Now, what is that? Well, it gives you access to over 50,000 lakes globally. So it will give you mapping from all different lakes around the world. It will give you all the sort of ups and downs, the deeps, the shallows, all the different sort of lake bed topography. It will give you access at your fingertips, whether it's on a smartphone, a tablet, a laptop, your home PC. This is accessed through any of those means. Now, I use it quite a lot in my fishing to scope out all the different lakes that I fish. A bit like today, I've gone onto my mobile, I've accessed the maps, and I've found where this lake is, and I've looked around and had a little navigate of the lake itself. Now, this lake is quite uniformed from the Fish Deeper Premium subscription. It tells me that it's around sort of 3 to 4 foot deep, and after putting out the deeper this morning with my Bushwhacker, that does seem quite apparent that it is relatively true. Obviously, this data is just averaged and collected from all the different scans that people with actual deeper sonars make. So as all that detail was pulled together and put onto the lake map, and obviously averaged out around the actual lake itself. Now, pricing wise is pretty good. You're talking $17.99 for a whole year's subscription. So that works out at £1.50 a month. There is a monthly subscription, which is £4.50 if you just want to pay for it a month here, pay for it a month there. You also get 3 months free access if you actually purchase a deeper sonar as well. So there's a few options there that's well worth exploring. If you want to get like a head start, you're on limited time like myself, and you want to get one step ahead before even setting foot on the lake or on your chosen venue, then this will give you a really good idea about what's going on underneath the surface, a deep end from a shallow end, and all those sort of, deeper and shallower areas in between. So it's a really, really good tool to use. Like I say, if you're on limited time and you want to get an understanding of the lake, this will allow you to get a good sort of lay of the land before you've even stepped foot. So well worth a look, the Fish Deeper Premium subscription. Right, well, rods are in. We're on the move. We've given it the best part of a couple of hours in this swim. Apart from an odd couple of patches of fizzers, we haven't really seen much else to go on. The day's brightening up. Other anglers, other people are starting to come out, start fishing. So going to go and have a mooch, see what we've got to play with, maybe drop into another area. But yeah, time's definitely up in this swim, so let's get going. Right, well, I've just shipped out the second rod then up against the island. Don't know if you can tell on video, but yeah, the sun is right off our backs, and I think it was a good move, to be fair, because it shallows up really, really nicely up against our island, and it cleans up as well. Obviously, where it's just a gradual drop, obviously all the muck and stuff is just sort of draining off down that sort of drop. But I wouldn't have found that without, like I say, the aid of my Chirp2 and this little mount here. Now, it's not associated or sort of affiliated with Deeper in any way. It is a third-party mount. I know the Bushwhackers, the Pro versions and the sort of Pro XLs, they actually have a deeper arm on them, which will do the job as well. But this one I like just because it spins on the pole as I ship it out. So it takes the sort of waves, and as the waves are sort of pushing, it just allows it to sort of negotiate the wind and stuff like that. And it gives me a really crisp, sort of clear scan quality as well. But not only that, it's close to the spoon as well. So I know what's directly scanning with the Chirp2. I know that basically the bait's going to pretty much drop on that spot as well. So if I would have passed over it as I'm shipping out the bait and spoon and the Chirp2, I know if I've just passed over a really clean spot, I know I can tip this spoon straight away, deposit my bag, my rig, my bait, all in sort of one shipping. So that's exactly what I've done with both rods. So yeah, a great little accessory. Like I say, it is third party, not associated with Deeper in any way, shape or form. but it just allows another element of being able to put the Chirp2 to good use. And not only that, ultimate stealth if you're fishing up to sort of islands and stuff like that, and there are carp in and around your area. So yeah, another little accessory that I put into my fishing that has yeah, caught me many fish along the way. Well, the bobbin was bouncing, but for all the wrong reasons. I've got myself a nice little bream on the end of here. So apparently they do go up to double figures in here, which this one definitely isn't. But yeah, we'll try and unhook him in the water, let him go, get that rod straight back out. Well, I've just slipped back that bream. I thought I'd take a minute out just to talk to you about the bathymetric maps that I mentioned earlier in the video. If, like me, you're a little pushed for time, you don't really get pick and choose of weekends when to get out fishing, this is great for doing a little bit of upfront research. So I've on my phone, which will hopefully be overlaid in the video, as you can see, there's plenty of dots on the map, and each one of these dots represent a body of water. Now, for example, if I was to just scroll in on my phone and find one of these lakes, for example, it will start to reveal the data that the scans from all DP users have used on this lake and average them out. So what I can then do is press the plus sign and save place. Now, if I just drop that little icon in the middle of the lake and press confirm, that has saved a record in my sort of like catalogue of venues that I could go and fish or look at before a potential venue. So if I go to then my places that are stored from the menu, either on my phone or wherever you're accessing it from the web, you know, your smartphone, your tablet, etc., it will then save it in, like I say, this catalogue. I can click on it, I can edit and rename it, so I can call it whatever I want, whatever the name of the venue is. So let's just say Lake A on this example. I can press the photos and I can add an icon if I want it to be really tarty. But as you can see from my catalogue there, I've got Farlows, Bluebell, Linear Lakes, for example. And then if you click back into them, if you want to visit them at a later point, you can just click on the actual map itself of where you saved that place, and it will take you straight to the lake. And as you can see from a sort of extended view, it will give you minimal sort of detail, but the more you zoom in, it will reveal more and more of the lake's bathymetry. So you can get a really good understanding. If you were to book a session on, say, like an app like Go Catch, where you have to book a swim, you can fully understand what sort of depths and features you've kind of got in front of you from this alone. So a great tool for yeah, sort of sussing out your session ahead of getting out on the bank. So with that in mind, I'm going to give that sort of 30-45 minutes left in this swim before we sort of pack up, get on the barrow and go looking for those fish. Right, so sod's law, the fish have turned up exactly where we were this morning. I've just been for a quick walk, chat to a couple of the anglers, and yeah, the guy up to my left, he's literally just slipping one back, and then the guy just around the corner who arrived a little bit after us this morning has had two. And whilst I've been stood there speaking to him, a fish has thrashed right up tight against the island, and yeah, I don't need sort of a second opportunity of getting back around there, so I'm going to have these packed down, get them straight on the barrow and whiz straight back round there, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Wow, what did I say? I said that I'd seen something on the walk, and this rod was literally dropped out with a baiting spoon. I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes at a push, and we are playing our fish just over Joe's right shoulder. The Bushwhacker is still out from just dropping off the second rod. So yeah, this is a bit leery at the moment. I'd put these really tight to the bank. We've been seeing fish crash out, sort of flap around, thrash around right under the undergrowth tight to the island, and we said, you know, we need to get these rods in tight, you know, use every section of the Bushwhacker to butt it up against the island and drop these bags off, and proof's in the pudding that was the right thing to do, because I'm playing my first fish. Oh, didn't even have a chance to flick the alarm, flick the receiver on for the alarms. As I was saying, I was just shipping out the Bushwhacker, and Joe noticed the bobbing bouncing on my rod, and the rod pulling up tight. Oh, what a result. Hopefully we can get this one in, and I will be so happy to make all the effort worthwhile. Oh, he's £10, mate, and you know what, I couldn't care, he looks mega. Oh mate, I'm in. Double take. Is it in? Oh mate. Oh. No. In. Get in. Oh mate. Cheers, mate. Oh my days. Oh, I'm sweating. What carnage, what absolute carnage. So we've had both rods go out. The Bushwhacker out in the lake. Lucky we brought the Bushwhacker in because, yeah, I don't know what we're attached to. No idea, it could be another carp. It feels like another carp. And I've got to try and net another carp in the same net that the other one's in. So this could be eventful. It could be one in, one out. But I'm definitely not complaining. This session has just flipped on its head from 7-8 hours of potentially chasing shadows to dropping 2 bags out and having 2 bites within 2 minutes. Yeah, mind blown. Just goes to show being in the right place at the right time pays dividends. Oh, they are going doolally over there. Come on, mate. In you go. Oh, what a result. Oh, get in. Oh, wow, what an eventful 2 minutes, mate, eh? Whew. I'm literally speechless. You're never going to believe it. I've just shipped this rod back out. Just transferred those fish. Well, not even transferred them really. They're just sat in the net at the moment. Just got the rod back out to make the most of this opportunity and playing another one. Joe said, maybe we should turn your receiver on now, obviously whilst we attend to these fish. Got the receiver out, turned the receiver on. Didn't even get a chance to turn the alarm on. My bite alarm is Joe. He's seen the bobbing bouncing on all 3 of these bites. And yeah, we're playing our 3rd one. All in 15 minutes, another little scaly one. But I will catch these all day long because the sun's shining and it's great sport. And based on this morning, with nothing to go on, we're now 3 fish deep in the space of 10 minutes. So let's try and guide him into the net without letting the other 2 out. And I think we better get some up for the camera. No. Don't want to let any out, mate. 3 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over. Boom. Hey, stop that. Sweet. 3 fish to deal with. I think we'll have to leave the rods out for a minute because I don't think we're going to get anything done, do you? I don't think you put more than 3 in one. Oh, there we go. 7 hours of chasing fish around the lake, and what, 5 minutes in the right place with... have to carry on while I deal with this. 5 minutes in the right place with 2 rods, and yeah, they've all gone rattling off all within a minute of each other. Bushwhacker still out, Joe playing a fish with the camera still in his hand. It's literally just, yeah, just gone mental. So stunning as well. Just look at them, absolute belters, mate. Immaculate, actually immaculate. And this is a sort of stamp of fish in this lake. And exactly why I wanted to come down and try and give it a go, mate, and catch a few. And that's exactly what we've done. So yeah, job done on that front. So we're going to slip these 2 little ones back. We'll get the slightly bigger one out, which is yeah, just as pretty. get the rods back out, mate, and
well done, mate.
see if we can milk it for a few more, eh?
Sure we can.
Yeah, sweet, nice one. Cheers, mate. Well, there we go then. The biggest of the three, but the first bite. So this was the first one we got into the net before the other two decided to rip off as well. But as you can tell, just look at this one, absolutely immaculate, just like the other two. This, yeah, this lake really does hold some stunning fish, but yeah, absolutely buzzing with that. It's just made my day, to be quite honest with you. Pressure's always on when you've got, you know, a camera following you around to pull the tricks out the bag, and we've definitely done that. So get a couple of pictures, we'll slip it back, and plenty of time to hopefully nick one or two more. Cheers, Joe. Right, well, it seems like the carp have done the off. I think we've put them a little bit on tender hooks with having 3 in such quick succession, you know, making the most of a real hectic feeding spell, 5-10 minutes, and we had, you know, 3 fish resting in the net. It seems to have dried up now. The fish are sort of just dispersed a little bit sort of further left and right, and yeah, the dreaded bream have moved in. I've had a couple since redoing the rods, so not really long left of the day really. Myself and Joe, we've been at it all day, so we're going to think about winding it up now. So thank you for watching. If you got this far in the video, hope you've given it a little bit of an insight as to sort of how I use my deeper along with my Bushwhacker, and just generally sort of what I look for on the lake bed when I'm shipping it out to present my my solid bags. So if you do have any questions, by all means, please stick them down in the comments below. I'll do my very best to help you where I can. But yeah, I think for now, mate, I think it's going to wrap it up there, get ourselves off home for a nice hard-earned hot shower and a cider or two, mate. What do you reckon? Thanks for watching.
Not at the same time.
Well, obviously, no. You know, we've already shared the moment with a fish, haven't we? So would be kind of weird. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.